First thing to point out, the targets are just spaced in depth, right? So you see it as a target close and a target a little further back, but just separated in depth, right? No lateral separation. Normally when you think of target transitions, most people, they instinctively do it the same way. They're going to focus on how aggressively they can move the gun from one target to the next, right? That makes sense. Like if I've got targets like this, like, yeah, it's how fast I get the gun from point A to point B. That's kind of the logic that people apply to it. And I think that thinking, like, it's fundamentally is not the way to go. It's better to focus on being precise with your eyes and letting the gun follow you. The best example I can give you is like a mouse pointer. So just think of all the parallels. How do you get the mouse pointer to go where you want? Do you stare at the pointer or stare at the mouse or stare where you want to go? Where you want to go. Do you stare at the pointer while it moves around the screen? No, you're looking at where you want to go. Okay, if you want to do that faster, if you say, hey, click on something fast, will you take your mouse and whip it across the pad? Is that going to make you fast? Probably when I say click on something fast, that doesn't even register in your head as anything that makes sense. Right? Most people just look, pointer comes to them, they click. There is no fast or slow. Those concepts don't really apply. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Right? So apply that same thinking to your shooting. Okay, what's going to make me fast is making me precise. Like look right where I want the gun to go. I'm not going to focus on the gun or on the sight. I'm just going to look where I want it to be, and it's not about how fast I can physically push it around. It's the precision of moving the gun around. To highlight this, you're going to do a really simple little drill. Every time you get a beep, you're going to shoot the shot on that target. Then you're going to look at the other target and transition the gun. So I'm going to start, finger in the trigger guard, gun mounted on the target, at the tone, look to the other target. Okay, I want you to watch how my gun moves here. Okay, so what I want, I just shoot, look. So as soon as I fired that shot, I shifted my attention to the other white sticker. Shoot, look. Does it look like the gun's doing anything dramatic? No, and all I see is like I fire that shot and I'm looking at the other white spot and the dot just goes bloop and comes down right where I'm looking. That's what I want it to look like. It doesn't even look like I'm doing anything, and it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything. Now, if I try to go fast and focus on pushing the gun around quickly, you'll see a difference. See the gun's moving quickly, but there's no precision, right? So this is not what we want. What I want you to really carefully assess when you're doing this is how the sight arrives. So if you're looking at a spot you want to hit and the sight comes over and it's slashing around, that's a problem, right? It should just come straight to where you're looking. Okay, now here's another thing you might see somebody do. What am I doing wrong here?
Second sight picture.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like as soon as you fire that shot, just disregard the target. See, okay, like that's done. Maybe you saw the dot lift off a spot on the target, so you might know where the bullet went. But visually, you're going to disregard it right away and look to where you want to go. Okay. Again, if I'm doing it right, it's very fast and precise, but it doesn't feel like I'm using much effort. That's what's hard for people to understand with this. Okay, any questions about this? Just want to try it? Okay, and again, when you do it right, it's going to feel effortless and kind of magical. That's what we want. Okay, let's get to it.